Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Again, thank you guys for joining us. And we have been talking on a series of Duaa and pretty much the concept of Duaa. We'll get to know more about Duaa. We've been talking on the previous two episodes about that Duaa is a worship that is most loved and beloved in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Here we want to kind of summarize the ideas that we talked about, because the clips were kind of short. And we want to summarize it with one of the sayings available in Al-Kafi, available in the chapter of Fadl al-Du'a, the merits of supplication. It's also translated in the English language. There are a couple of organizations that have translated it. One of them is the organization of WOFIS. Not that bad of a translation, very good actually. And I hope you guys review this chapter. Pretty much pushes you to do supplications. One of the sayings available, قال الصادق عليه السلام, قال أمير المؤمنين. It's been narrated that Imam al-Sadiq عليه السلام reports from his grandfather أمير المؤمنين عليه السلام, أحب الأعمال إلى الله عز وجل في الأرض الدعاء وأفضل العبادة العفاف. The most loved of actions in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in earth, during this dunya, in this life, is dua and supplication. And we talked about this before, that when you are supplicating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you are requesting from Him, you are pretty much showing the reality of human beings. That is why it's a worship by itself. In the saying from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, al-ibadatu mukhul, ad-du'a mukhul ibadah. The supplication or reciting supplication, requesting from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, if you want to say, the brain or the true reality, the true fruit of worship. And as we stated, it's you are showing you are a servant, you are humbled, you are belittling yourself in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have this saying available that Moses, the Prophet Moses, asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, why did you choose me to be spoken to? As we know, Musa Kalimullah, the who was spoken to by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He said, for your prostration and the way that you put your head during prostration and you dirt yourself and your head. Why? Out of humbleness in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every time you come closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the more you understand your reality, that you are nothing in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are powerless in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that is the reality of worship. Belittling yourself in the eyes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not in the eyes of His servants that are like you. Al-mu'min lahu izz. The believer has some kind of pride, but that is with the servancy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to aid us, to open the doors of us being humbled in His eyes, or in our eyes, that we are humbled between His hand, we belittle ourselves, and He opens the door of supplication. Thank you guys for joining us. Join us again. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
زوروا موقعنا على شبكة الإنترنت www.almarja.com. المرجع الإلكتروني، طريقك نحو المعرفة.